What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and it's Top 10 Thursday. 2016 is drawing to a close, and if there's one thing this year will be remembered for, it's being full of surprises. It seems like small indie projects ended up exploding while major franchises ended up dying. From week to week, we really had no idea what to expect, but now it's time to do the impossible. I'm going back through the over 100 titles I beat to count down the best of the best on my picks for the top 10 games of 2016. Number 10. Ratchet Clank. In the modern age, it can feel like developers sometimes forget the most important aspect of gaming, the pure joy of just being able to goof around. Ratchet Clank is completely built on the philosophy that all that should matter is enjoying ourselves. This furry hero and his robot friend may be saving the universe, but that doesn't mean that they won't take a break to enter a hoverboard race or upgrade their triple laser blasting shotgun. Each world we visit has silly monsters to kill and cool areas to explore, but what's really special is there's an underlying sense of humor that kept me smiling my entire way through the adventure. Number 9. Gears of War 4. Here we have perhaps the most well-made multiplayer of any title in 2016. Gears of War 4 boasts having tons of different game modes for us to compete in, from Team Deathmatch to King of the Hill to even some new additions like Dodgeball. If you're craving some co-op action instead, you can join forces with friends in Horde mode to fight off 50 waves of increasingly powerful beasts to earn bigger guns and crazy points. The third-person combat is so finely tuned you almost grow some hyper-awareness in every match as you stick to a wall, clutching your gun and hoping that you're able to blow up your rivals before they get to you. To top it all off, the campaign features some epic moments of absolute murder and mayhem. Number 8. Inside. Playdead Studios is a very small indie company that specializes in making creepy, nearly silent games that really stick with you. Inside is the tale of a boy. Who this boy is and why he's here is never explained. Nothing is fully spelled out for us. All we know is that this is a place of extreme danger. Guards search outside, dogs are trained to attack on sight, and every area we visit seems to be home to some new wicked experiment. The small child we play as must use his smarts to stay ahead of these shadowy figures and to crack the code of what's really going on. With its heavy artistic style, it can sort of feel like we're traveling through someone's terrible nightmare. Watching zombie-like figures shamble in lines or a mysterious mermaid woman hunting us underwater creates a deep sense of wrongness that haunted me for months after I finished it. Number 7. Doom. This project was definitely the biggest shocker of the year by far. After having a rather rough early beta test, fans were worried that Doom may not be the amazing reboot we were all hoping it would be. Thankfully, the haters were all tossed to the side when this masterpiece of gore and insanity burst onto the scene. This is a game about one thing and one thing only: bloody entertainment at a mind-bending pace. When all the demons of hell burst into a base on Mars, the only cure for this outbreak is a couple million pieces of ammo. There's nearly zero real plot, but that's part of the joy. In fact, there's even a hilarious time when a scientist starts trying to explain how they accidentally caused all this madness, and our angry character just smashes the monitor instead of listening to him. This simple moment sums up why Doom has become such a major fan favorite of 2016. Number 6. Final Fantasy 15. Square Enix worked on this game for over a decade. It took many forms and had many names, but the product we got in the end was totally worth the wait. Our story follows a young prince called Noctis, a man who's heir to a kingdom at war. When an invading army captures his homeland while he's on a trip, Noctis and his buddies must now find a way to unlock powerful magics in order to take back his throne. What makes Final Fantasy 15 so easy to love is the breathtaking open world. While we do see a lot of large, freeform games these days, 15 manages to stand out by giving us so many likable people to come across. From a chocobo farmer who hires you to rescue wounded animals in the forest, to an obsessed mechanic who has you exploring dungeons looking for car parts, every quest we undertake is genuinely super interesting. I put over 70 hours into this Final Fantasy, and even now I can't wait to sit down and play it all over again as soon as I can. Number 5. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. In the distant future, humans have been able to start a new kind of evolution. No longer held back by the slow hand of nature, we use technology to upgrade ourselves far beyond the normal limits. This ushers in a shining age of advancement, that is until a group of hackers unleash a computer virus that causes these augmented men and women to go mad, ripping apart those around them. Because of this single act of terror, mankind is forever divided. Cybernetically enhanced individuals are now treated as outcasts and are stuck living on the fringes of society. Adam Jensen is one of these people, except for one small difference. His extensive military training and massive upgrades have made him too vital to push away, leaving him in a bit of an odd place. We essentially play as an ultra-deadly, mechanized soldier dropped into the worst situations on Earth and expected to survive. Using his stealth skills, we can snap necks, steal information, and generally cause some organized destruction. With each mission we undertake, we get closer to the truth of this secret cause to this terrible conflict. Number 4. Battlefield 1. The First World War was quite possibly the most brutal time in our long history. During this era, all the nations of the planets were in a race to invent the best weapons so that they could savagely tear each other apart. Sniper rifles, machine guns, and combat-ready planes all came about over the course of this period. Battlefield 1 expertly puts us in this chaotic age, letting us take on the role of strong fighters at the very heart of this gruesome war, showing us that even on the darkest days, light shines through. The campaign takes us through sandy deserts and blown-out streets to terrible struggles atop an exploding Zeppelin, all without breaking the realism for a second. While beating this, I once dropped my controller in pure shock as I saw thousands of soldiers charging my position, and I knew that my brothers in arms wouldn't survive the assault. The raw sense of desperation and painful desire to claim victory is something few games have ever been able to capture this well. In Battlefield 1, you'll have to run quickly, reload quietly, and hope that you have what it takes to win. Number 3. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Nathan Drake has hunted treasure all across the globe. Having explored lost cities, crumbling dungeons, and a few secret tombs, it's safe to say he's done and seen it all, but for his final adventure, he'll truly be put to the test. When his missing brother shows up out of nowhere, the two get caught up in an impossible quest to find the ultimate stash of gold hidden by the legendary pirate Henry Avery. This is a payload so large that they both assumed it was just a fairy tale until they stumble upon a clue that sets them on the path of trying to discover it for themselves. Uncharted 4 is honestly one of the best action games ever made because it has such a deep understanding of pacing. The characters will be climbing a cliff, talking about how to solve the next puzzle, and suddenly get in a huge shootout. Or sometimes you'll have to do stuff like jump up a pillar in the middle of a room that's currently sinking into the ocean. There's even one level where you need to save your brother from being kidnapped, and Drake is forced to take out an entire caravan of trucks by himself. To call this game dramatic is an understatement, but what really matters most is the wonderful story. Seeing this family come together in such a hard hour is a rare and extremely beautiful sight to behold. Number 2. Overwatch. It takes a special kind of game to instantly create such a dedicated fanbase as this title has. Overwatch is easily the most passionately talked about game this year, and for good reason. With its unique fighters, sharply designed arenas, and easy-to-learn gameplay, it's a project that can be played for months and still be incredibly fun. At its core, this is a simple 6v6 objective-based shooter. Teams compete to score points by pushing cars, slaying enemies, and securing control points as fast as possible. Where things really shine though is in the brilliant characters. Everyone we fill the shoes of has completely original abilities that'll help you dominate in matches, but you always have to keep your wits about you. This is a game where brains count more than anything because depending on how you work together with your team can lead to some awesome battles. For example, Diva drives a giant robot. She can do a lot of damage but is rather slow overall. If you pair her with Lucio though, his speed boost can rocket her across the map. Having Zarya defend Reaper while he uses his dual guns to hold off bad guys in a tight hallway is thrilling, and these are just a few of the thousands of different combinations that people form online. Blizzard continues to update and expand this already fantastic experience, so even now I can't wait until the next patch to see what stellar new additions we get in the world of Overwatch. Number 1. Dark Souls 3. There's something so marvelously rewarding about defeating a hard boss. It can make us feel immense gleeful pride watching a seemingly unstoppable beast fall at our hands. We take on the role of an ancient warrior summoned from his grave in an effort to try and save the world by lighting a magic flame. Doing this requires that you find the eternal guardians of fire, slay them, and carry their souls to the flame yourself. How you decide to go about this is totally up to you. This game never tells you where to go or what to do. In fact, you rarely see street signs or even other people unless they're trying to kill you. The monsters that cross our path are hideous nightmares that seem to crave nothing more than bloody murder. During my playthrough of Dark Souls 3, I found myself loving every moment of the adventure. Walking into mysterious towers, getting lost in dark dungeons, or being locked in rooms with terrible creatures is just so insane. For its flawless combat, creepy world, and epic enemy design, I'm awarded this my pick as the best game of 2016. Did your favorite game not make the list? Got an idea for a future top 10? Leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. This is just a random side note, but you know the game I actually played the most this year? Grand Theft Auto 5. They came out with so much cool free DLC for the online mode, I just spent probably 1,000 hours doing races over and over again. Man, Rockstar, you guys really know how to support a game. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.